Hi guys, my name is Sam Dawson. I'm a guitar teacher here in Hessle, and today we're going to do a quick songwriting lesson on lyric setting. So lyric setting is simply the process of matching your lyrics to a melody or to specifically the rhythm of that melody. Now to do that properly, we first want to understand something called a stress-timed language. Now English is a stress-timed language, and what that means is there are certain syllables in words and in sentences that take more emphasis than other syllables in that sentence. So, for example, short words such as is, the, and have very little emphasis in English, whereas things that follow the, such as the dog, the cat, the car, that noun has more emphasis than the in that instance. The will only take a lot of emphasis if it's the, like the best pub, whatever. So, a good example of how this can make a big difference is the sentence, I present to you this present. So, the two words in there, present and present, have exactly the same syllables and same spelling, but they have completely different meanings, and it's due to the emphasis that happens on certain syllables. So in the verb, i.e. to present something, the inflection goes up at the end. So it's present. It's higher in pitch and it's louder at the end of the word than it is at the start, and that gives it that emphasis, present. Whereas in present, it's the other way around. It's louder at the start and higher in pitch, present. It tails off towards the end. So if you write lyrics with certain emphasis on certain words, which it happens in every sentence has more emphasis in certain places, if you write them and match them to a rhythm and it's not done properly, you can get words sounding a bit weird. Like you might want to say present but you say present because you've matched it improperly. So we're going to look at an example which is Jolene by Dolly Parton, and she matches perfectly the word Jolene, and nearly all her lyrics actually, with the beats of emphasis. So the beats of emphasis in music are beats 1 and 3, and 2 and 4 have a little bit of emphasis, but that's only more apparent when you have lots of subdivisions. So if you have 1 eander, 2 eander, 3 eander, 4 eander, the 1, 2, 3, 4 are the ones that stand out. Whereas if you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, it's 1 and 3 that stand out. They're the beats of emphasis. So it's usually 1 and 3. So yeah, let's take a look at this example. So if we just say the lyric first, and this is what I recommend you do every time when you're trying to match lyrics, just say it. So Jolene, 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 Jolene. We can hear that the emphasis is on lean and not on Jo. It's not Jolene, it's Jolene. That's just the way you say the name. So the Jo, the first syllable, has been put here on the and of 4, which is a beat with very little stress. Now lean has been placed on 1, which has a lot of stress, so that works. Jo on the and of 2, lean on 3, again that works. Jo on the end of 4 with little stress, lean on 1. Jo on 2, which has less stress than 1 and 3, and then lean on 3 with this slur. But these other notes are not to worry about because it's just where this first syllable occurs, where it starts, and that's on beat 3. So let's have a listen to that. And even without a click or without drum backing, you can hear where beat 1 is and beat 3 is. So we want to match them up with the syllables of emphasis, which has been done here. So what if we don't want to match these lyrics or syllables of emphasis specifically on beat 1 or beat 3 every time? Because there's going to be a lot of syllables of emphasis and we can't put them on 1 and 3 every time. So what we do in that instance is we can actually move the stress from them beats two adjacent beats. And the most common of them is when you push it to the and of the beat before. So for instance, 1 can become the and of 4, or 3 can become the and of 2. And this happens a lot. I'll demonstrate this. So we get, when you push the 1, this is the effect we get. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and. It happens a lot in music, and the opposite of that is to pull the beat, which is where it's dragged back to probably the and of 1, or whichever beat it is. That's a less common technique. So this is used to great effect in Elton John's "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" And let's take a look at the example. So first of all, we say the lyric. So, can you feel the love tonight? And you can hear where the emphasis naturally lies. It's can, feel, love and night. But even before we match that, we can see here they land on 1, 3, 1 and 3. But if you were just to say it, it would be can, feel, love and night. It's not tonight, it's tonight. So, here is a simplified version I've written out where it's matched perfectly. But as you can hear, it sounds a bit boring. It's just one beat after the other. It's still recognisable, but just a bit tedious. So here in the actual version, we'll play this first. Okay, so that works much better. And what's happened here is all the emphasis on beat 3, where feel was over here, it's been moved to the and of 2. And the same's happened on beat 1, it's been moved to the and of 4 and tied over. And again on night, beat 3 has been moved to the and of 2, and all that stress is now on the and of 2. And it's even reinforced a bit because it's been pushed forward. So that's how it can move about, and how the stress can be placed in different positions to where you might really want it. You can't move it radically, it's only got to be in adjacent places. Okay, so that's great, but what if you're working in different time signatures? Well, if you're in 6/8, for instance, the emphasis is going to lie in different places to 4/4. So in 6/8 we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the emphasis is on 1 and 4 every time. So what you want to do is match the lyrics of emphasis to them beats of emphasis in that time signature. There's too many time signatures for me to cover here. I mean, it's going to be different for 5/4, 3/4, whatever time signature you're in. So take a look at that, do some Googling and find out. And finally, what I recommend you do is to write your lyric first and say it so you know where the natural emphasis occurs. That way you can better match to a melody, to a rhythm. Okay, thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.